Guys, it's Ren from Makeup by Ren, and if you want to see my review on Sigma brushes, stay tuned for more. Hey guys, so I'm back with another review, and this is one that I've been preparing for a while, and today I will be featuring Sigma makeup brushes. And if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been using these brushes for a couple of weeks, and I wanted to give myself a thorough amount of time in order to test them out and wash them, use them, so that way I could give you a really accurate review. And I asked you guys, do you want a verbal review? Do you want a matte comparison? Do you want a demonstration of the brushes? And you guys basically said yes to all of them. So this is how I'm going to do the review. First off, I have used the brushes in 3 videos, and when I use them in the videos to complete a makeup look, I only use the Sigma brushes to show you that if you get a set like this, the complete set, then you don't really need any other makeup brushes. And those videos include my Eve Pearl how to apply cream foundation tutorial. It includes my Face Front Cosmetics electric blue green look, and as well as another video that I just filmed using single eyeshadows from Stars Makeup Haven, and it was like a smoky teal look. So I am able to complete an entire look from eyes to face to lips with the brushes. And if you want to see how I used it, check out any of those videos. I'll put links all over to the side. In terms of my verbal review, that's what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to do a very quick matte comparison, just because I think some of you have already seen some matte comparison, so it's going to be very quick. But overall, my review is just going to be on the quality of the brushes, how well I think they work, and price. So let's get started. So if you order the brushes from sigmamakeup.com or sigmabrushes.com, you can order them individually, you can order them in sets. This is the complete set, which contains most of the brushes, and I would recommend getting the entire set. This is, all the brushes are $64. It's more if you get the roll, and it's way more of a better value if you do that. So you get 12 brushes for $64, and that's about $5 and some change for extremely high quality brushes. And if you go to Target or some other places like CVS to get Essence of Beauty and all those other stuff, that's going to cost you more if you buy 12 brushes. You'll probably spend more than $64 just because each brush will be over $5 a pop. If you go to another company like, let's say, Coastal Scents or some of the other brush retailers, I don't personally think those brushes are as good as these. So you might be able to get maybe like an eyeshadow brush for $2 something from Coastal Scents, but it's not going to be nearly as good as these. For example, I have reviewed A Design brushes, and I really like them, but for the value, this came out to be better. These are such a great affordable investment. It might still seem like a lot, $64 for 12 brushes, but if you're investing in your makeup and your face and you really want to make your makeup look good, brushes will last you for years, and they'll make your makeup just go from here to here. And you don't necessarily need the roll, but you can get the roll if you want. It's actually really convenient. You can see that I have some like foundation smudges on it, because I actually used this with me on a gig. I only did one makeup application, so I didn't want to bring my entire brush belt, which has like 100 brushes in it, so I just brought this with me. And as you can see, it has a little magnet and a little clip, so it snaps shut, and it's really soft, leather-like material, and you open it up and it has a protective flap right here. And there's a spot for each brush. You can actually probably fit more than 12 brushes in here because you can double up in some of the spaces, and there's also room on this side to put some other stuff. So this was all included. It's about $79 for the set and the brush roll. This brush is extra. I just kind of stuck it in there. So now that you've seen the brush roll, let's go ahead and go right into the brushes. I'm going to start off with this brush because it's not included in the set, the SS188, and you might be like, oh, okay, so they have the same numbers as MAC brushes. But they're not exactly the same as MAC brushes. Some of them are very similar, but I'm Just to show you the difference, I'm going to compare them, but I'm just going to talk about the overall quality of the brush. So this is the SS188 by Sigma, and this is the MAC 188. And you can see that this one is way bigger. The MAC one is a lot smaller. It's shorter, and the top part, the actual bristles, is smaller. And personally, I prefer this one, just because this one can be, the MAC one can be a little bit small, and this one, it's like perfect for blush application, and that's exactly what I use this brush for. To be honest, I would definitely go for Sigma hands down. It's way more affordable, and I just think that you get more brush for your money. This one is awesome. Like I said, you can stipple on blush. I use this in my other videos to do that. Or I said you can buff in foundation, and it's really good because this is smaller, so you can fit it in tight areas like here or here or here. So the dual stippling really gives you a fine finish, an airbrush finish, and it's just a very, very soft. I haven't experienced any shedding with this at all. So definitely this is a great one to add to your kit. It does not come with a set though, so you'd have to purchase it separately. Next, I'm going to jump into the foundation and face brushes that came in the set. So the first one I have here is the SS150, and it's so very, very soft. It feels like silk on your face. This has been washed 2 times, and I will say that there was a little bleeding when I washed it. That's pretty normal for when you get face brushes that are new, and there was probably a tiny bit amount of shedding, but that's actually kind of normal when you have brushes at first. It wasn't to the point where I was concerned. I have my MAC 150, and you can see it's not as full as this one. This one's a lot more dense and full, and the Sigma one's a lot softer. The MAC one to this day still sheds too, so I don't understand like why, but I have a feeling this one's going to stop shedding. The Sigma one will stop shedding after a while, because it's only just a few in the beginning where the brush is kind of getting warmed up to use. So this one's extremely expensive. This one is way better and way cheaper. So again, the Sigma brush wins, and it's great for powder application. I use it to set my foundation with like all over powder. It's actually, you can even use it if you wanted for a very light application of blush or bronzer, and you can also use it to buff it into your body to do like shimmers, or if you want to do bronzer on your body. So it's very, very, very nice. So soft. You will be amazed if you see this. The next face brush is the SS168, and it's a white haired brush that is meant to be used as a contouring brush. Here's the one from MAC, and as you can see, they're pretty similar. My MAC one's a little bit smaller, and sometimes I think that the Sigma one's a little bit large to fit in here. So that's the main difference I find. But overall, it still can be used as a good contour tool. I use it for actually a blush as well, because it's large enough to fit right here. I will say this has shed when I did a couple of applications. Even when I'm going like this, it's shedding just a little bit. So I'm hoping that kind of stops over time. And that's my honest review of it. I still think it's worth getting though, because in comparison, the price differential, I can stand a couple of shedded hairs. And in comparison with getting a brush like this, it's a lot softer, and it really does work to contour. You just have to probably, I would recommend when you wash it to maybe put a brush guard on it so that you can compress it, so that way that it's not too fluffy. But blush, highlight, you can use it for contour. There's many purposes for this brush. Next we have the SS190, which is a foundation brush. You can use this for applying moisturizers beforehand, creams, if you want even concealer, like for large areas. But most people would probably use this for like liquid cream foundation, to just kind of stipple it on like this and apply all over. Here is the MAC version. They are very similar. Not really much of a difference, to be honest. Like I can't even tell the difference between the two brushes. It has this Sigma one has a very nice tapered edge to the top. It's very high quality. The handle is sturdy and the ferrule is tight on here, and honestly I can't tell the difference, so you might as well get the Sigma one because it's a lot cheaper. The last face brush I will review today is the SS187, and this is a duo stippling brush. This is a very popular brush because it has the white bristles mixed with the black bristles, and the purpose of this brush is to give you an airbrush effect because the tiny little bristles that are kind of spaced out, they create pixelation like dots when you apply foundation. So you would apply foundation like this and then you would buff it in, and it gives you an amazing finish, way better than regular foundation brushes. People also use this because, like I said, since it's sparse bristles, it applies a lot less product, so you don't waste as much or you don't have as much of a heavy hand. So people will also use this to apply blush and powder as well. You don't need a lot of foundation, and then when you use this, you apply less, which is good, and you use it less. Here is the MAC version of the 187. And in general, I notice that Sigma brushes are a little bit longer. As you can see, this is a Sigma brush. And honestly, when I feel the difference, it just feels like the Sigma one's a little bit softer. It might not be as dense as the MAC one, but I've used this several times, the Sigma one for foundation, and it still gives me enough pushback to where I can definitely use it for foundation. So this brush from MAC is way too expensive once again. The Sigma one is way more affordable, especially if you get in a set. So I definitely recommend this for your foundation, your blush, your bronzer, your powder, everything. This is one of the most important brushes, I think, that will change your makeup game.